welcome to Horse Tales, the programme for anyone with an interest in anything equestrian. Today I'm going to be looking at the growth and development of complementary therapies for horses that are not only used by top international trainers and riders, but can be used by anyone with a pony.
I'll be struggling back into the saddle for another riding lesson, and we'll be meeting up with the man that many people regard as the original horse whisperer. Yep, that's right, Horse Tales will be joining up with Monty Roberts.
And I'll be lining up with a decidedly dodgy group that includes royalty, a retired jockey, a top international event rider and even a TV chef at the Windsor charity race night. Now we all know people who wear copper bracelets like this, or even the magnetic type, and they believe that it relieves the aches and pains of a former injury. Now these have been replicated in terms of the horse world, and there's several different alternative therapies that people are now using at the lower level and also in top class competition to hopefully get that edge that everybody's looking for. Now this one looks like something out of a Frankenstein movie, but in fact it's a magnetic blanket, and little magnetic pulses are being passed into the pads here, here, here and here over the main muscle groups, just to start getting them to work whilst he's standing and relaxed, get rid of that lactic acid and hopefully make him looser and more comfortable after a hard day's work. Well, another one is one of these massage machines, and I have to say, if I'd been for a run, then I'd quite like to get in here as well. When the horses have worked quite hard, in the same way that if we do, their muscles get all tight across here and the same across the top here. And this can be used in terms of mainly maintenance. So you'd put it on maybe for half an hour in the morning before the horse works, just to loosen him up. Or maybe when he gets to a competition and he's travelled and he's just standing on the lorry, and maybe some of the top riders would put it on before they even do their dressage, just to get them really nice and relaxed. It works and vibrates all the muscles, and in fact, I can feel it right under here. I can feel it here and here. So the horses really start to relax under this and get that nice pulsating feeling, which just makes them go after they've had a hard day's work. Well, continuing that high-tech feel, you may think that I'm ready to be a ghostbuster, but in fact I've hijacked someone's laser therapy treatment. Now this is something that vets, physios and also certain yards have them just purely for maintenance and if they have a problem. Now this is a burst of laser which, say this horse had banged his knee in a fence and he'd get a big swelling here, they maybe would put some ice on it first to get it cool and then use this laser to promote cell regeneration, and that would cause the swelling to go down faster. Or say if they had a cut here, again they'd use this for a minute, twice a day on it, and hopefully that cut would heal quicker and this lad would be back on the road sooner. A common sight in many big yards is a horse walker. It's used in the mornings to warm horses up, warm horses down after work, and as a type of therapy because they can use it when they come back off holiday and back off injury to exercise the horses without the weight of the rider on their back and in a safe environment. And believe you me, it's hard work. Let me out! Jacuzzi bubbles, that's a nice relaxing sound, isn't it? The equine hydrotherapy spa unit, brought in from Australia and developed to parallel what's happening with the athletes who've been using cold water treatment to help them recover quicker from racing for a long, long time. And some bright spark decided to do the same for horses. Now over time, people have always used the sea. They've taken the horses in above their knees, and the saline and the coldness of the sea has really helped the horses in training. So this brings the sea to your home and very much mimics exactly what you'd find on the beach. You've got temperature of 3 degrees in here, really, really quite cold. In fact, I don't think I'd want to get in there. The bubbles are like the waves, and it's also saline as well, so it helps healing. It's a bit of an antiseptic, and it very much stimulates the circulation to promote hoof growth and also the recovery of injuries in terms of swellings and also tendon injuries. So all in all, sounds pretty good. Lucky boy. But what happens when he goes away to a competition and his owner's hell-bent on hydrotherapy? Well, these horsey people, they've got it all covered. The whirly boot. This can be taken in the lorry, and presumably if the horse is well behaved, attach this end to the hose, fill it up with the water, pop the horse's leg in, they can put ice in there as well, and it whirls around and basically does the same thing as this. Well, clearly not everybody's got access to all those extraordinary and amazing different ways of treating their horses. But it's good enough for the footballers, it's good enough for the top athletes. So for most of us, good old-fashioned ice is the best alternative treatment.
Now, Heather, it feels like we've stepped outside the comfort zone this week, and I'm not attached to you, and it does feel a bit strange.
That's correct, Simon. Today we're going to actually let you off and start to get you to ride loose and teach you some basic school movements.
Heather had decided that I was ready for my first solo flight, off the lunge and in total charge of my new partner Busby.
I'm steering this. This is fantastic. I feel like I'm actually in charge a little bit more than I have been in previous weeks, although I don't want to speak too soon.
Now I want you to stop at E, so I want you to think about shorten the reins up, sit up tall, lower legs back.
It was certainly a little unnerving being on a horse that I hadn't ridden before, knowing I was in charge and that if Busby decided to shoot off somewhere, there was no Heather on the other end of a lunge line to stop him from doing so.
Now I want you to just trot.
I needn't have worried, and even when I asked him to trot, Busby was the perfect gentleman. All he needed was some clear signals from his rider.
Well done.
Oh dear, here we go.
Keep going, little kick.
Come on. How do you kick when you're rising trot? Oh, God. Oh dear.
What you do is you close your leg as you rise to start with.
Yeah. Well, that's got to be a first. I was trotting and the horse wasn't.
Yeah, that's quite good. Okay, off you go again.
Right, come on. Come on. Come on.
Hands down.
Off we went again, and for the first time since I started my riding lessons, I began to feel like I was having some influence on the horse, rather than just sitting on top and letting Heather do all the work.
On. 2, 3. Let the shoulders go a little forwards as you rise, so that you're not trying to stand right upright. Hands down. That's good. That's
well, I know
super.
it's not perfect, but how about that, a full circuit?
Well, I might have felt like I was in control, but it didn't come without a price. I was absolutely shattered.
I'm supposed to be fit, and I've just done 4 trots there, and I'm really tired. That's hard work. Here we go, come on. Last little bit, Busby. I suspect I'm a lot more tired than you are. And halt. Well, that's incredible. I just can't believe it. A lesson where I have walked on my own, I've stopped, I've started the horse, and I've even trotted full circuits. So, Heather, I guess I've cracked it then. I'm a rider? Nearly.
A little bit more work to go, but we haven't done the canter yet. But at least today gave you the feel of having to steer the horse and use your legs, and how difficult it is, because a lot of people think it's very easy. But gradually we put it all together and you get more confident and stronger in your legs and your body, and it becomes easier. Oh, you're right, Heather, it's really difficult, but I think the way Heather said that we've got canter next, that there was something in her voice that suggested that was going to be very difficult indeed.
Looking good, Simon. Riding off the lunge. It's not going to be too long before you're ready for that competition that we've been talking about. In fact, it wouldn't be too long before you'd be ready to line up with the motley crew that I was with recently in what can only be described as a race with a difference. Join us after the break to find out more.